Welcome on back everyone to ToD Warhammer 3 and part 12 of our Malakai Makaisson Immortal Empires campaign. In today's episode we are here to bring the hurt to Archaon, an old barnacle face here, Elcroft and his really horrible easy helmet. Archaon's been causing problems for the world for quite some time here. He hasn't quite been able to build up his world-ending Chaos Horde just yet, and so we're gonna go ahead and stomp that out before it gets going. Ooh. I don't know if I've seen a Chaos Fortress that looks like this. It should be a whole lot of fun. Let's dive on into the battle. The fall of writhing fortress is upon them. The gyro bombers and our lovely thunder barge can do a majority of the work. Should be great to watch. Let's find out just how boned Chaos is. Oh, it's Slanesh is overseeing this battle. Darkling Prince. Welcome. And I do have some construction going on outside. We're going to go ahead and just power on through, act like it's not there. But if you guys hear any weird bangs and or whatever's going on now, I think they're going to start cutting into, basically they're doing some work on the road, and so they might start cutting into said road quite soon. That's going to be pretty loud. If it gets crazy where I'm watching the Yeti mic bar now, I might have to come back here in a moment. We'll see. We will go ahead and set up. Yeah, that's too loud. Alright, I'll be right back. And welcome on back, gang. A whole 2 days later, it turns out construction right outside your window is much more disruptive than one would think. So no problem at all, we are here because thunderstorm swept in this morning, and it turns out the construction crew can't show on up, so hey, look at that. Looks like Grungni's watching out for us after all, so what we're going to do is go ahead and set these cannons on up. Ready to blast their way out into this position in the fortress here. Over there is the kill box, and then actually, well, those are 4 towers that are very close together, so we can knock them over pretty quickly. Like, either way, this is just fine. We will have our Goblin Hewers taking the frontal position. If anyone's going to take any damage, we'll let it be the Slayers. I'll grab the Slayer Pirates. Let them take position on the side. Both of them then. Grudges. Grab our normal Slayers. And then the Doomseekers. We want everyone all together for this battle here. I want to have old Ulrika hanging out on this side, convincing people to shoot at her. Same thing with Gotrek and Felix, and then we'll have the bombers moving in, flanking our glorious blimp. Bombers on either side. It'll be the Air Force team we need and deserve. That means we just now need a Wolfen hero, probably a legendary hero that has his own gyrocopter. If you know of one in the lore, and I'm almost 100% that there is, go ahead and remind me in the comments. But which dwarf could probably have their own gyrocopter as a mount? Or is there one? I figure the master engineers, you might be able to decide to give them a gyro bomber, or maybe you don't have any other kind of land ship style things yet, so maybe not. We'll have Snorri and Malakai hanging out together. I want Malakai up front here so we can be empowering all of our cannons. Glorious. Get the units in their groups. I cannot tell you how much I'm excited to get back into some of this. It's been far too long. I've been working on a guild strategy guide for the likes of trying to meld historical strategies throughout antiquity to different factions in-game here. Our first one is going to be Tzeentch. Can't wait to finally show that on off. And the other thing that's new, we'll go ahead and pause this so we're not getting shut up by the towers, is I named the blimp. So since we are a whole 2 days later and I had to close the game, obviously, I have come on through and I've renamed our blimp here and this army to the Spirit of Valea, which I thought was fitting. Alright, squad, time to abuse this first line. Cannons. Knock down these towers. Quickly, I might add. We'll send the hewers up. Rest of the soldiers up. Malakai, go ahead and empower. Oh, there's one. He needs to be back behind them. Fair enough. Let's send the barge over the top. You two can just come on in and start ranging these Marauder Horsemen. That'd be awesome. We'll send the others after, I'd say, these Chaos Trolls here. Should be great. Ricky, you move on in as well. Prepare some good old magics. We will summon the extra gyrocopters. Okay, let's wait on that one. Shot up a little bit by those towers, but those Slayers know what they signed up for. The Karazanko. You know what, we're gonna switch over to dealing with the goofy skirmish cav there. Oh, they're about to have a really bad day. Bring them up and over the top here. Should see them running for the hills almost immediately. Let's come on over here and after these Chaos Trolls. We'll get the bombs to work when the enemies are a little bit wounded. Move forward a little bit more, so the cannons need 2 targets. Should have figured. Could have been a little bit faster with it as well. Gyrocopters, again, we'll go ahead and wait. Troll hammers, if you go ahead and deal with these Horsemen of Tzeentch, should be awesome. I see a good spot for one of our firebombs. Give them the napalm. The old napalm treatment. And over the top, have the flamethrower guys go after these Marauder Horsemen next. Looks like those trolls are done. Towers are falling quickly. Now, time to knock a good chunk in the wall. Look how good the healers are doing. They are clearing the ramparts. That's a bit of tech that I didn't expect. They ripped those Chosen to pieces. Alright, let's knock over the fort wall then. We also got the Spirit of Grungni that's missing out on all the action. I don't see any skirmishers left. You go after this group here. Our artillery or our air force. Bullying them. Through the gates, here goes the Spirit of Grungni. Let's go ahead and activate the Spear of Judgment. I think we want to fire it on. Normally, well, let's see if we can hit Hellcroft here. He's right underneath. Hit it with the double spear, see how much damage it does. Oof! He's already basically down. And then the second one flies. I would run if I were you, Hellcroft. Things are about to get way worse. Send in Godrek and Felix. Start dropping bombs with these guys here. Shift 1. Thank you for reminding me in the comments there for that. I think it was our Thorgrim stream that I was reminded on how the abilities work. And I thank you. We'll go after the... I guess the Demon Spew. Probably the most dangerous unit they have there. Bombers, come on back over. We've got all of the napalm to keep using. And the Thunder Barges are doing their work too. Alright, they're gone. Turn back around, and we'll send you after the spawn. Actually, the trolls. Hit the troll hammers on the trolls. That makes sense, doesn't it? Just go ahead and park the Spirit of Valea right here. And then Grungni can go over the top. Go try Felix, you need your abilities. Just go down the whole suite. And Ulrika, it looks like we have an excellent opportunity to go for a bit of Shades. Sure, none of these guys are going to enjoy this. Goblin Hewer, gonna hang out here and chuck stuff at him. We'll bring these Slayers in a moment. In fact, we also have some napalm we can bring to bear. Poison. Cannons, we've pretty much dealt with all their towers, so let's go ahead and scoot the cannons in. Advance.
Malakai Makaisson.
Malakai and the Dragon Slayer, get on in there.
Move now.
All the Slayers join in for fighting the spawn. The other Slayers come on up and start chopping through these Chosen. Our melee infantry doesn't get nearly enough work. We also don't have nearly enough Grudge Rakers in our armies. They're basically Thunder. They're Thunder. Ooh, I'm getting them mixed up. They are the Assault Shotgun Launchers. I'm trying to think of the name. Blunderbusses for the Chaos Dwarves. But they actually have a lot more armor-piercing damage, where Chaos Dwarves have a Silver Shield, I think a little bit more armor. They have, instead, more damage, and a little bit of a weaker shield. Oh, as I say, we're here in the clear for recording the construction crews arrive. I did think Storm had abated for a little bit too long. I'll try to get this battle sorted. Don't you all worry. Bring you up and around the hill. We have the Thunderburner upgrade. Shouldn't do any damage to you. Pirates up top. Everyone else, start moving. I'm gonna have you instead come drop some napalm up the hill. We'll fire the Harpoon of Grungni towards these trolls. Launched through, I think, 3 of them. Only two got dropped, though. Definitely want to use that on a single entity. But there's the win. We need to get all the way into the fortress. How glorious. Ilgrov's broken, and we got to cackle and kick back, drink some ale, have a good time. Not me, of course, but all of our slayers. With so much gold, yeah, we'll go ahead and take the sack of the Writhing Fortress. Thank you kindly. And then what says you, the rest of Archaon's army that stood outside and watched? Surely that's not going on the old Chaos, Chaos Book of Grudges.
Malakai Makaisson.
Can't quite reach them, but I don't mind trying to get in their way. So they can't get back into the fortress. We can sack it next turn.
Who travels by foot these days?
Who travels by foot these days? Alright, another jump cut and another day later. Getting ambushed by the construction crew. I should have checked outside before starting up the last recording. I did this time, and we've just got some guys doing some checking on, looking like starting to pour the concrete and the new asphalt for the parking lot, so hopefully no more distractions. Take a look and see what we can do for Malakai. I'm also going to get myself caught up just a bit. Didn't want to pan around too much, and
My dude will find me one day.
we definitely need to go for just artillery when we can. We're already up to the engineer's compartment. We 16 total for the Rune-Etched Hall, so let's go ahead and take some time to get Malakai. As I say, the Compact Forge, let's instead snag ourselves the Arms Locker, because I'd really, really like to have Thunderers with the Grudge Rakers kind of across our entire army. We can recruit them through Global as long as Malakai can have them, so good stuff. One into Gotrek, who still does not have any armor. We need to come on into the Forge and get that fixed up as soon as we can. Surprisingly, we have a ton of ancillaries, not so many magical items. Good grief. Alright, let's come on over to his skills then. I'm thinking just faster Gotrek is always a scary proposition for the enemy.
Greatest inventor.
Uber speedy murder hobos. And we might as well go ahead and grab Devastating Charge for Felix for his initial throwdown. Sure, that first impression is a mean one.
Oh, aye.
For Ulrika. Loyalty to the Motherland is interesting, but I actually don't really want By Our Blood right now. It's a good ability, but not one I am necessarily worrying about. Since we're not playing Kislev, I'm not going to keep track of that. So for magics, is there anything better for us? Occam's Mind Razor does what? Magical attacks and 50% bump to damage. That'd be pretty good for Gotrek and Felix. But I think we're going to keep using Pit of Shades, and Malakai doesn't have that much magic to use anyway, so go ahead and grab Insurance Policy. Make her a bit tankier.
Master of Runecraft.
Our Rune Lord will give Route Marcher. Always start off with Route Marcher and Inspiring Presence. Then for you, Thungni. I think it's finally time to go forward, Distinguished Slayer. Give him some ward save, and we can start working down his unique tree. Good stuff. Malakai, are you all out of movement?
By Grudges, it's me.
Aren't able to come on over towards the other guys, unfortunately, but there's nothing. They're gonna be running away into the blood marshes, hopefully to be hunted down by the Cool. Looking for a good challenge. 3,000 positive income is something that I'm thinking we need to start working on another army. I deleted all of them up here in the mountains, but definitely need to get into the one up and underway. So Norgrim is the replacement for Ungrim, who's gone back to school, so we can replace his skills. And so what I've done is just kind of retrofitted it. We've got 4 Doom Seekers coming on in, Giving him the Dragonback Slayers, 4 Slayer Pirates. We kicked out one too many of the Goblin Heroes. We're having to replace one of them, but they're actually being replaced at a higher tier, so we might take some turns to replace all of these guys at max gold tier, which would be hilarious. We've got Hugrim here standing just on the border, giving us all of his boost income, and also keeping an eye on the undead here. I'm thinking we are going to start striking out with Norgrim, hitting the undead and starting to rack up those grudges there. We want to probably wait until the next Age of Reckoning, though, because this one is closing in on being complete at Malingrom. But if we need the extra points, I'm definitely going ahead and grab that real quick.
Demon Slayer.
For Norgrim.
Just don't get in my way.
Just don't get in my way. Since we've got actual gold to use, let's go ahead and make this army. I want one of them to have some Thunderers here. So we've got the... This honestly seems like this is the original army that Ungrim was fielding. You just switched them. I see some Thunderers and these Iron Drakes, which is a bit bizarre. Alright, so we'll go for Thunderers with the shotguns. I want 4 of them total. You know what, no, I want 2 of them, and then I want 2 Iron Drakes on their flanks. I think that'll be good and spicy. We can get some troops to the Ice Court or the Orthodoxy. Neither one I'm really very keen on. The Akshina are great, but since they've lost their armor piercing, they're not nearly as potent as they used to be. These guys were much stronger than even the likes of Shades before. Alright, so let's upgrade or at least repair the Gates of Zar there. Lots of gold coming in from all the tool makers guilds. And then I am sending Thugmi here, who he is a very high ranked Dragon Slayer, so we want to bring him back up soon. Sending him on down to the Cathayan Caravan mission, which is somewhere down here. Is it even further? We'll find out as we get a bit closer. He's got a long ways to travel. Done some building up in the Karazangor. I think we'll take the walls in Kazad Irkulaz up. Yeah, because if anything, the Chaos Dwarfs can jump through the mountains. We don't want that to happen. Put that in there. Astrogoth is mostly situated here with Bak Bak moving through Novchazi. He does have a wall of bears to get through, though. Really epidemius that I'm worried about.
My anger burns bright.
If we were to upgrade Winterpire, would that draw epidemius in? Hoping. So we'll keep going for the reinforced gates and things over on this side to make sure we are got a good bastion wall against chaos. If we keep repelling their armies, they should keep accruing grudges. We can kind of strike out across the sea then and deal with that. Great stuff. So Kazakh, Raziak. We're right here, I know. You know what? We definitely will go for the upgrade to the walls there. Make sure we don't have any issues coming in from the trees or the undead. And with proper walls, both can be fitted off pretty easily. Alright, anyone need movement? You're all moved out. Ugrim, you were staying here. We'll have him. He's not in our notifications menu. Dragon Slayer will have him come on across.
Chasing death.
Chasing death. Which we should find over here with Epidemius.
I'm great, but I can't.
I'm great, but not that great. We will venerate the ancestors here in Mountains of Hell. I don't have any armies nearby to swing in and bop any rebellions, so we will make sure we don't have any. Sending Kevin down south to go after the scaling. Try to snatch up as much of this land as we can before the Nordling and the other Kislevites do. And then we'll go back up north. And those are all the plans.
Dragons! No friends of my lovely airship.
Dragons? Oh yeah, I probably wouldn't be friends with the Cathayans at all, would we? Until we learn, well, we would, because then we'd learn that they venerate their ancestors until we learn that they worship dragons. Well, they're not supposed to, but they definitely do. Military access for you. Yep, you don't like the other 2 provinces, so get out of here, you. You realize, unfortunately, if that's what happened to Shinzu, the White Dragon. She went north, and the Dawi just saw a dragon and sent out the Thunder Barges. And they're just not talking about it at all.
It's as good as done.
Epidemius ran for his life, and Karn did something a little bit similar.
Not a slave.
Yeah, so you think.
I hope.
He has moved far enough that I can't catch him, but here's what we'll do.
I'll get on it. I'll cast the
Up into
rules.
ambush
I'm
stance
going.
in the reinforcement range, so that way Karn doesn't think he's there.
Dragon Slayer.
Have the Dragon Slayer join up.
Inspired by a Slayer, darling.
Ah, good. Warriors of Chaos, the Slaneshi variant. We also have good old... Oh, there's a monument. We can build the Ogham stones, really. It'll give us Giant Slayers. Reason to force the Dawi to live in the uncomfortable jungles.
Death Seeker.
Death Seeker. Yep, definitely going through the underways here. Come after Pack Ice Bay, try to subjugate as much of these lands as we can, as fast as we can. We've got 2 more turns to settle grudges. Kinda gotta move fast. Ooh, Archaon. You guys have all moved into the Writhing Fortress. Perfect.
Explosives.
How about I introduce you to Ulrika?
The past is the past.
Yoink Foeseeker sounds good. And our Thunder
I'm on
Barges.
it.
Ulrika, you
I'll
don't go in alone.
break it.
Go ahead and smush them once more.
Thrashing.
I think we'll sack it.
Smash and grab.
Archaon's still alive. Gotta hunt him down then, huh? Hey, buddy. Brewmaster, another Slayer Ward, a Stonemason, a Tattooist, another Stonemason, another Brewmaster. A whole heap of lads we just
Right.
freed from the Writhing Fortress.
A mad plan.
Definitely should have passed on those skills first, but we'll take this auto-resolve as well.
Sure.
There goes an Archaon. It says we get replenishment there by 8%, but I see no 8% replenishment. We will snag the Oath Gold.
Grudges must be paid in
Single
blood.
coin.
You know the rules. Greatest
You
inventor.
know the rules.
Explosives expert.
Alright, Malakai. Got Dwarfen Firepower, and we've got Morgrim's Favored, what is honored by Grimnir. Gonna be upgrading our Slayers. We've got a few of those guys in our armies. Gives them more melee attack, weapon strength, and 10% more physical resistance. Not bad. We'll finish it off with Stand Your Ground, and then probably start finally buffing up his speed.
I what?
Go Trek. You got 80 melee attack. We might as well bump that all the way up to 92. That sounds good to me.
By Grumney, it's me.
He's only almost guaranteed to hit you. Now we can do is it Sigmar's Ward for missile resist. No one really shoots at Felix, so we'll go Devastating Charge instead.
What?
Well, except for the little like goblin squirts with their missile magic. I don't exactly know what it's called, but it just blasts a couple green loogies your way. It's a bad time. 68 melee attack up to... Well, who knows now.
Innovator.
Fast math, not today. Uncanny range sounds great. Up to what? 30% range and snipe? Ulrika. You're the best.
Ready to do the guild's bidding.
Alright, do their bidding by moving further. I would go ahead and claim the Writhing Fortress and let Boris have it by selling it to him.
It's not home, but it'll do for
It's definitely not home. It will be for Boris, though.
the time.
Hello, Bear Brother.
All allies of Kislev.
Indeed, especially when they keep giving him settlements.
Then I will call you.
Enjoy. We will go ahead and continue our merry journey then.
Slayer.
We'll pop into the airship camp. Do some upgrades to the old arms locker. It's awesome. Now we'll have Thunderers across the ward, which apparently we already did. But now Malakai can, so we can start dropping in armies wherever we want and filling them up with Thunderers. I think is great. Plus the airship range is huge here. I hope this means that if Boris gets attacked or attacks someone in this range, Malakai has the opportunity to then reinforce them. That would be great. It may not be that way, but it would be awesome.
I what?
So need to go over here and deal with the Portal Pleasurer. They've been having all sorts of fun for a while. Bok is ignoring the Levites, as you do. Have to hope our ambush works out then. Let's go for the upgrade to the Altar of Spawns as well, also to try to lure Karn in. Let's pop into our Province tab here. More growth at Help Pit is interesting. Nashrax Lair, let's absolutely chuck in the Cinnabar Mining Pit. Growth and replenishment. Not the most needed, so let's check elsewhere before we go for that one. Bay of Blades. Let her rip. Maker. Actually, no, let's do an Oath Gold resource department. Then we'll come on over and grab our drinking hall. Good stuff. So we need to settle how many more grudges? I mean, we still need about 1,000 of them. Yeah, still need about 1,000 of them, so we might want to get ready to jump on. How long till you're able to move? Ready to jump on Waldenhof.
What needs to be done?
He hasn't been moved. Which other heroes? Nogrim is building up troops.
The guild approves.
Loon Redbeard. Moving your way on down there, and Thugni's doing the same. Well, everyone's got their orders. Let's carry him out.
A friendly face is always welcome.
Oh, Theodric and his yellow berets. Most of your armies, Sigmar and all the gods demand blood against who? Drycha. Are you sure? No, not yet. The time isn't now to fight Drycha. I'm going to be fighting the vampires. You deal with the trees. Ooh, Morrisleib is mad. Your warriors range deep into hostile lands, but all is not well. There are dark omens abroad as if the shadow of some horned god was watching from the evil moon above. The army is fettered by Morrisleib's glare. We're gonna go ahead and tell Morrisleib to get bent. Ungrim's back. And we've got the Underway trade caravans. Dwarfholds tend to trade with each other via the Underway, which keeps prying eyes of Dawi, or out of Dawi business. 5% more movement range and 2 less cooldown for the Underway network travel, which we have yet to actually unlock yet. We'll get down here and help out with clearing out the rats very soon.
What do you want?
I want you to get replaced.
Lord of Clan
It's gonna be great. You should be replaced with Ungrim. Slayer King. Now we can give him some proper skills. So the Great Green Nemesis fighting against Greenskins. We're at least gonna have the Vampire Counts one. And let's ignore those for now. We go for... He has a lot of the same skills as your other Slayer Lords. Dragon Slayer, Demon Slayer. Oh, I just named the same, never mind. Word save. Doomseekers. Pleasure rate and hit points. Slayer King's what we really want there, though, isn't it? So, Worthy Foe. Dragon Slayer to upgrade all of our Slayer Pirates, get extra bonus V large, sounds good to me. And then we'll grab it. Slayer King immediately. Doomseekers works too, and then you know what, we'll just grab all of them. All the goodies. Slayers to me to drop that upkeep. And increase casualty replenishment even further. Ritualistic Scarring gives them all missile resistance, and then Tapestry of Oaths is weapon strength and missile strength. This one I believe is them picking up... There's one of them where once they slay a dragon, they have to scar themselves with either its teeth or its claws. That sounds like a bad time. Alright, so we could go down the blue line and get down to Inquiring Mind, which is such a good final skill, but let's go down his red line and buff up those Slayers. Grimnir's Heirs. Melee attack extra plus 4 and weapon strength 6th, and then up to 6 and 12. What else will be running with him? Cannons, flamethrowers, helicopters, thunderers, or the lads. Well, if anything, I think we'll probably just run. What do you have currently? Nothing but Slayers?
One rag.
If anything else... Oh, Tactician upgrades the Goblin Hewer. Well, that's the one then. Easy. Easy sell. Bigger loss reduction for the old army. Sounds amazing. Honored by Grimnir gives us more melee attack, weapon strength, and physical resistance. And then State of Ground in Morgrim's favored. He's all ready to go. Ungrim the Super Baller. And now, ooh, the Ragnarok trophy. We need to give him all of the Slayer goodies. So, Dwarf Bride, sure. Razor Standard gone. The Shield Breaker and even the Runesmith's Apprentice, and we'll give him all of the Slayer goodies. So the Dragonhide Cloaks, the Ragnarok Trophy, and then even the Rune of the Furnace. Allow the Slayer King to really take his Slayers to the max tier possible. We also need Garagrim to come on over and join up with his pops. Brewmaster here for Dwinbar. Tattooist for Dwinbar as well. Have a whole retinue traveling with him. Very unslayer-like. Runesmith's Apprentice is not the most needed. Stonemason. So many ancillaries. Love to see it.
Onward.
Alright, Ungrim. We can't reach Waldenhof, so I have put myself in a bad opportunity, so we're not going to be able to get all the way up to Nalengrom, so no more extra armies. How sad. Maybe. Let's give it a run on in towards the Cursed City, which is a bold strategy.
Explosives expert.
See how well it pays off for him.
Get going.
Grimgore is up to the plains of Zanbaijin. Oh, so someone dealt with Tamarkan for us. It was Grimgore. Savior of Order. Although the Wa he's going to build up for taking down the likes of Tamarkan would be horrifyingly powerful. Yeah, Ulthar, you're going to give chase to Karn through the Winterpire.
Setting off.
So the only really army that they have is Bok Bok going after Hellpit. I think he's going to find Hellpit hard to crack. You got Armored Kossars? Sweet. No one cares about these guys here, but we'll just toss them in against the Rat Ogres. They should have a lot of fun. Who doesn't like wrestling a Rat Ogre? Alright, Kevin.
Akrak, be with us.
I'm hoping there's at least a few guys in here for us to fight. We haven't had any battles, well, except for the last one. I hadn't had enough battles this episode. No, that's weak stuff. 38 slain. Only 65 kills for our Thunderbirds. We may need to fight them so we get the proper amount of kills so we can actually finish off our expeditions.
Take what you can.
Yoink. All your goodies belong to me now. Congratulations, you won.
Leave it to me.
Oh, congratulations, Kevin won the prize of attrition. My favorite.
Killed many, more to come.
Killed many, more to come. Give you your inquiring mind for 10% more research rate and 8% less upkeep. That's all I really care about. Income. Very good now. Only 200 on these Brotherhood of Grimnir. Again, I really, really wish you could get more of them. They're like an elite Slayerhood. Club is not the word, but it's the one I'm using for now. Blades can get the Dwarf Docks. Pretty dang solid. Trading warehouses generate us even more oath gold. We're up above the 500 now, which means we can come on in here. Thank you to our clans page. Oh, you're still a little bit off. What does this one give us? 10% more range for all Iron Drakes? That could make our Grudge Thrower variant terrifying. Or not the Grudge Thrower, but the Grudge Settler. Slayer Oath for all of our Slayers. I figure they already took the Oath, but let's come on down and do... Let's rate upkeep production and then Vanguard deploy. 10% more missile strength is crazy. Reload time reduction, and then immune to flanking. Man, I think this is the better one. So let's go Retainer's Vows over to a large scale shell production. Time to really start cranking out the ammunition. Upgrade the Starl encampment, and then next turn, Kevin should be able to drop kick this settlement, no problem. Iron Curse icon for now. You're pretty well situated. The Runesmith's Apprentices are not really needed. Missile resist for yourself, or we can just go for more punchification, which I like. I think Ancestral Grudge is the way. 5% more strength, up to 8%, and then 15% when fighting greenskins. I think these both stack together, making him a very angry lad when you're fighting against the Mushroom Boys. Alright, Garagrim, I'm gonna actually send you off on your way. Well, no, you have a couple battles to go, so let's stay for now. Pops can wait.
What?
What is you're gonna come on down, Ugrim?
Seek our doom.
Well, you normally would travel with nothing but Slayers. We'll have a couple Engineers to buff up our Goblin Ewers a bit. You don't actually have any good ancillaries. Lots of equipping our boys here. Less corruption will be great when fighting the undead. Stonemason will be good when claiming Drakenhof. He doesn't even have triangulation yet. You all are in so much trouble. Wow, we can have a lot of Thanes. I think I'm gonna bring a Runesmith with our Slayers, though. Expert charge defense is amazing. So, Bibulus, Junkie Joseph it is.
You summoned me?
I did.
Aye, it is time.
You were on Operation Deal with the Vampires. Let's go Damping first, and then we'll grab the Rune of Oath and Steel, because that way we can drop an additional 30 armor on all of our Slayers, which makes them light armor. Terrifying for their foes.
Agreed. I've cast the rune.
Indeed.
Aye, it is time.
So now we're in kind of a weird predicament, where the Skaven are always going to be an issue. Fighting across Skaven lands is a threat. We're at war up here in the north against the Chaos Dwarves. So we need to have one enemy at a time. Problem is, as soon as we turn our backs, I think the Chaos Dwarves or the Skaven will emerge. So what we're going to do is come on up, engage his arch just a little bit. Grab, I can't. We've got no money.
Follow at you.
We'll jump into an ambush. We know there's Skaven there, but I don't want them to necessarily know we're there. Okay, you keep on moving. Then we can start helping out Thorgrim with dealing
You summoned me?
with Clan Moors as soon as we're able. Alright, that's everything we get to for this turn. Let's do once over on our diplomacy. Really? Why are we deteriorating so much? They don't like treaties with Reichland. Poor Karakadrin. What's wrong with Zufbar? Just a bunch of angry dwarfs. The Confederation penalty is always a problem, yeah.
Harmony.
Alright, well let's grab a non-aggression pact with
The Iron
Xiaoming.
Dragon's assistance will only be granted. We
I would love to have some fire rain rockets, so we will just have to make some deals. You can leave,
I
Cinder Lords.
Mistress of
A
Ice.
military alliance with Katerin.
Let
Absolutely.
us discuss stately affairs.
Why aren't you giving me more money? He's only willing to give 3,000. Why were you trying to shortchange us, Katerin?
You have been most courteous.
You have not. We'll go ahead and take the outpost upgrade with Katerin, perhaps? I'd love to actually get one with you guys as well, so let's find, I'm thinking not the Howling Citadel. The Writhing Fortress is probably going to be held, no problems. We'll throw in the outpost there to help them hold that. Sweet business. The rest of our gold is going for upgrading Dawi buildings.
It's me.
It's me!
Keep that powder dry. Blood along.
Which we can't do that many. Up to Buck gets closer to Hell Pit. I'll just drop it in a Lord here. Let's go Stonebread Bakery. Hell Pit brand bread. Sounds very healthy.
Slayer. Bowie and bile your heat.
What do you want? East for 3,000. See, the problem is you have to have more gold than that, because otherwise I've got a lot of port settlements to claim. It is Gorm time. Predicted income 8,000, so we've got that nice upkeep production on all of our Grudge settler units. Instead of having I think 100% increase, which was crippling.
To doom, then. Let's be having a chasm.
And make this settlement. We definitely should have just come on in and done the other way last time. I'm gonna sack it one more time. For the Oath Gold, of course.
It's their due or mine. Take it for the High King.
I'm gonna take it.
Yes.
For the High King.
Yes. Dishonored.
And if we only get one of the settlements, I would prefer it be Pack Ice Bay. Altar of the Crimson Harvest would also be great. Just because it's the provincial capital, but if Caterin grabs Longship Graveyard, that's fine. Okay, we're already up into the next year. We're at least in Elgi. City and mine there. Ulthar, you come on out to fight some pirates.
Not.
Oh, just pirates. Sail to the wreck. Convoy of trading ships. We need a battle, so Kelly Kelpclaw. Man, try saying that one 5 times fast. I'm not. It's going to be rather embarrassing. Oh, waddle on over here and let us do some target practice. Alright. Have an offset center obstacle there. Not really going to pose much of a threat to our Air Force. I'm just going to kind of pull all of our main guys back. Have them deploy in their lovely Dawi shield formation. Is this a shield wall, Dawi? Doesn't look like it. So they're a little bit closer together. They have 100% more mass, so I'll chunky these boys normally. 150. Up to, of course, 150 or 300 is what it should be. Great, well yeah, we'll definitely try out the good old shield wall formation. Doesn't change that much, but they will when the battle starts. About here, have our Ice Worm in the Synthel.
We demand blood.
Grudge Raker's taking a position in the line. Same thing with flamethrowers. I'll have one here and one over here, but I don't think the enemies are really going to get too much closer than that. Arler's behind the group. Look at the one. Fair enough. You go here. Break the woods, and then the rest of our infantry just ready to cause a ruckus. Ready to cause a ruckus. You don't really need the gyrocopters to do any damage. We need the Thunder Barge to move up and do a majority of our work. Stand up there. You have our catapults. Goblobber in the spread shot. I'm going to leave you up front to try to dodge any artillery. Let's get it going. My favorite thing about the entire Thunder Barge are the two guys up top. It actually will sit up here and throw blasting charges down. Alright, Spirit of Grungni. Kelpclaw would like a harpoon. Oh, yes, she would. Third health gone like that. Ooh, and then a rifle shot, too. Yeah, come on over here and bother Kelly. We're gonna rain mortar shells on it. They did change up the Thunder Barge, so apparently before it wasn't actually being hit as often as it should have been by enemy troops. So you can get a proper follow with this Thunder Barge here. Oh, that's awesome. You guys want to make sure you're reloading quick, because they've got a lot of missiles themselves. In fact, let's get on out of here. Have you give them a good broadside? We will drop in Skirpocropters behind them. Like the Spanish Inquisition. You can see there's one of the blasting charges there. Oh, it was just, he's throwing a wrench at him? There was no explosion, he just fell over. I'm gonna go ahead and activate the Thunderburner for a moment to get them moving. Yeah, now that the missiles actually land, it does take quite a bit of damage from those shotguns. You come on back. Copters, come on up to the top. And drop some bombs in on these lads that are already wavering.
Strike out! Blow through!
Can't finish off that disintegration fully. Go ahead and land on these gun mob here. You'd think it's a weird strategy, but gun mob have no defense for it. He's getting blown up by helicopters. Let's go ahead and trench up our grudge throwers, and actually we might have been hitting the underbarge with our own artillery. On forward, we go for Room of Wrath and Ruin. On. Pretty much doing one. Oh, they're moving up. Oh, I see. Cheeky. Fire the harpoon here. Time to send our own gyrocopters forward. They've decided they're going to start going after our line. Oh, right in the middle, too. Good shot. Undead professionals. Get that wyvern whacked. Copters moving in, although it looks like they have been a little bit stuck, so let's get them into pretend melee over here. Now proper melee. So they're getting shot at by their own culverins. The shotgun's doing everything it can. I mean, that was a lot of damage. Good on ya. Gotta stop them from firing and get back up the air. I think shotguns are going to be your main, just extremely high damage missile troops. Even if they're very short range ones, they're going to be the way to deal with the Thunderbarge. That's that. A little bit more painful than we would have wanted. Getting some good shots in our line with those mortar shots, but that's fine. We can continue our momentum into the Chaos Wastes, no problem. Alright, Cope Claw has been sent back to the depths. We will take the journey to victory. Fall back to our own territory.
Master of Runecraft.
8,000 gold netted from that adventure. Great, we'll go ahead and bring all that control and income back to the Winterpire.
I
Glorious.
iron-willed.
Strike the runes. Shared cooldown minus 10% for all rune magic. Home is vigor replenishment. Ward save. Gives your troops sundered armor. That's pretty great. We will go for that one. Or offense. Keep boosting up our income there with Master Engineers.
Vengeful Rune Lord.
We'll go for the passes before I decide to dedicate, but I think the one that gives you the Bar handshake,
Yes.
so Deadeye, tends to be the one I want to go for. Grudge Raker is great for
What
if
do
you
you want?
really want to try to turn him into a frontline bruiser, but doesn't tend to be my strategy. Might have to go for it though. At some point, make a full Thunderer Doom stack using also some engineers with Thunderers, or with Grudge Rakers. That is. Grudge Raker Doom stack is the word. I'd love to put in the Runic Gate, and no one's getting through here. Those fused beer kegs.
Follow at your peril.
Following your peril. I think with 8,000 treasury, we can probably afford 2 more armies even now. Let's start with just the one. I don't have any good military provinces except for Krakadrak, which is a little bit unfortunate. Thankfully, we can recruit in at the lair of the Troll King and send him out from there. So let's go for... Already got a Rune Lord. We've got several Demon Slayers. Let's go for a normal Lord. So we will go for one that is apparently very disciplined. Welcome, Doran.
Let us begin.
Doran, I'm going to give you Inspiring Presence so we can get a nice trickle of experience to start. Got a lot of ancillaries to pass out to you. We'll give you a Razor Standard and a Lichbone Pendant. At least I thought we did. Runesmith Hero Recruitment Cost Reduction. We don't know if I'm going to recruit any Slayers for him, but a Slayer Ward won't be bad if we do. Stonemason, and that is that for you. Got a good almost nothing in terms of magical items, which is just the best. Aha! Everyone needs a Gyro Bomber core, and then we can come on into Global. If no one else needs it.
Demon Slayer.
The plan with you, Norgrim, was just to give him an additional unit of these Quarrelers. I think I'm going to get rid of the Thunderers eventually for the Flamethrower lads. So let's go ahead and grab Flamethrower lads, Quarrelers, get rid of the
I'm no leader.
Thunderers.
Someone has to be.
Seems like heresy. It's not, I promise. Flamethrowers, Quarrelers.
Fight like a Slayer. Die like a Slayer.
And we move on the rats. Our Rune Lord isn't quite here, but I think we're going to go ahead and take the opportunity to do some damage now.
But that armor's heavy, eh?
Bet that armor's heavy, ain't it? Hello, Clan Rictus. I cancel the move for now. You were at war with... Oh, these Chaos Dwarfs, too. Oh, that's not good. Well, let's go talk to... High King.
Fellow Dowie, it is
I
an
don't know why
honor.
you're so mad at me. I'll join you in your war with Clan Rictus, and you will give me a non-aggression pact and a military access pact. Thank you kindly. I love that Wissenland is actually claiming their way across the border princes. This is a grand day. I agree.
Lord Magistrate.
The Dissenter Lords would really like to trade. I will take trade, though, with Theresis.
You know, I'm gonna devour you, right?
Probably not. You might try, though.
That's how you play.
Now I'm a fast Malekith, or not Malekith, but Malakai. Stuff at C4 in your big gullet.
Nah, so.
Bad time for you.
Malakai
Speaking of
Makaisson.
Makaisson, let's get on out here. We've got some Bleeding Spire to crack.
I'll figure it out.
Kylus will be moving on in as reinforcements. There's nothing there that I'm scared of. I cannot wait for Karanak. If you haven't seen the Karanak trailer, go ahead and take a look over on the main Total War channel. A really good little or Grey Wizard. Oh, he's wearing. I didn't ever notice that the Grey Wizards are just wearing full-on flip-flops.
Folk are happy to debate.
Sure, these good folk are happy to debate. They're just unabashedly taking flip-flops into battle. I don't know whether to be impressed or terrified.
Who even travels by foot these days?
Move on. And next to the Bleeding Spire, we'll sack it next turn and maybe claim it and give it on over to Boris.
Glorious death.
Just rebuilding the Kislevites homeland one step at a time.
All right.
Relentless.
What?
Final point in the Devastating Charge is up to 70. He is basically a foot cavalry. There's a whole 1 horsepower for Felix. Deadly Blade on Snorri, and then Ulrika.
What?
Any range. Next point gives her snipe.
Engineer.
We're now at 9. We're about getting 1 a turn. Is there anything else we want here?
Did you see that, lads?
This doesn't give us more Thanes, so if we are going to go ahead and build anything, it'd be the Compact Forge, just so we've got it. Perfect. And then, battle with the Tower of Gorgoth. What's going to give us a Pyrrhic victory? This should be a very fun fight for the next episode. Plenty of Skaven, plenty of guns. Ooh, I hate Ruin spells, though. Warp Lightning and I just don't get along, and magical damage is great, so these guys should be... At least they only have 1 of these. Oil Rin the Wizard. Well, we'll see if Norgrim can't come on in and bob him on the head a good one. Into the next time. For now, I'm out of time for today. I've been Space Wizard Total War. Thank you all so much for stopping by today's Malakai episode. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like for the Light God and a sub for the Sub Throne. See you all in the next one.